Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm Alexis. I know it's been a few weeks, and you know what, I'm not gonna lie, for the month of April, I wasn't as productive in reading as I'd like to be. As I've mentioned in previous video, I am in my final semester for a class of 2021, and I am graduating in less than a month now. So yeah, I hardly got the chance to read. And focusing on thesis and trying to get all my classes in order, my portfolio in order, all that good stuff. So I'll be talking about the 1.5 books I was able to read this month, a month of April 2021. And I'll also be sharing my April purchases of books because I did get a few more this time. I already know what's on my to be read. Okay, there's a list. I know what I want. I just need to do it. So, first off, I'm going to go with the final book of the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert. Again, hoping I pronounce it correctly. I'm a little matchy today. But yes, this is about Eve Brown, and her love interest is Jacob Wayne. And again, I read this probably the first few days of April because I just really wanted to finish the trilogy. In this book, Eve is the youngest sister of Danny and Chloe. So she is still trying to establish herself. She's already in her later 20s. I believe 26 was her age. But her family wanted to cut her off temporarily until she established herself, just to motivate her in finding herself. And I thought that was somewhat of a way to see how she was. I don't want to say not appreciative, but in a way, she took for granted her privilege of being in a family, being part of a family that was able to support her in so many career paths. She had the opportunity to change so many times, and she hadn't believed in herself as much as she should. And then when she decides to run away from home after falling out with her parents, she comes to an inn where Jacob Wayne is the owner of the inn, and then she ends up interviewing on the spot. So they kind of have an enemies to lovers romance, excuse me, an enemies to lovers romance. They don't really like each other too much at first. Well, more so on Jacob's side than Eve's. She's just pretty relaxed when it comes to, or at least she's trying to present herself as relaxed. She ends up, I guess, in a way, her kind demeanor ends up melting Jacob a little bit. Jacob is an autistic character. He tends to not be as open to people at first, or he's more I would say he was more of a type of person to put up his guard with people at first, show off a really stern personality. Whereas when he started to get to know Eve, he waters down and is a little sweet on her. It's really cute. Yeah, so I enjoyed this. It was a pleasant ending to the trilogy. And I do encourage, though, to read them in order if you have not yet. I will be giving a more descriptive video about the three of them in the future, probably within the next couple of weeks or so. But yes, I will be sharing the full disclosure feedback I have for the trilogy. But yes, this series, the three of them, technically my first contemporary romance because before, I would say even before the Bridgerton series came out on Netflix, I only ever read assigned school readings and YA. Aside from that, I didn't really dive into romance because I didn't know such a thing was needed in my life. Okay, these are just really good books. But yes, so contemporary romance wise, though, this trilogy, and this was the most recent contemporary romance I've read. So, yes, that is what happened for the month of April. Next, I'll be talking briefly about Beverly Jenkins' The Taming of Jessie Rose. Now, this is about the story between Jessie Rose Clayton and Griffin Blake. So Griffin is more of an outlaw type of man. His mother had died because I would say mainly because of malnutrition and poor health. Because when he was younger, he lost his mother when he was, I believe, 10, and his mother passed away after the railroad industry was booming nearby, and they lost a lot of their business. So she couldn't afford to take care of them, and it was just the two of them. So it all fell into place and poorly. So eventually, he does have to decide what to do with himself after the only true person he loved at that time had passed, what to do with himself. So, in order to obtain revenge on her behalf, he decides to become an outlaw. Now, years pass. Jessie Rose, she is the daughter of a ranch owner, and they were being, I would say, the town that they resided in, they were being harassed by a rich man who basically was trying to convince all the occupants of that town to sell their land to him so he could further sell it to the railroad people, so that way he could make more of a profit. And then a lot of people would lose their homes, some even losing their lives, including her father, because he was killed during a storm, gunshot. And yes, so when they end up meeting, Griffin was more so of, I guess you could say he was already in jail actually, and it was a deal he broke with someone else, someone who was already abiding by the law. He broke a deal with them, and in order to be free, he would have to become a marshal or something. Yeah, someone with a badge, okay? So he took an oath and all that. At first, he didn't think he would ever be the type of person to do so, because he wanted to be an outlaw, and he had his own goals of, obtaining revenge. But he ended up doing so, and in the process, he had to help guard Jessie Rose's land, the Clayton Ranch, where she and her nephew resided. Her sister had already passed away during childbirth. Before that, she had also had a horrific experience where the entire town now assumes the worst of her, calling her, or basically slut shaming her to a degree, even though it wasn't her fault. And her father allowed it to happen. Um, Man, that was probably too much of a spoiler. Sorry about that. But yes, I got majority of the way through. This is literally all I had. Literally all I had left. And I didn't finish it because I I just got preoccupied with school. Okay, priorities, money invested already in school, so I might as well finish strong. But yes, so I'm definitely going to finish this within the coming weeks, or coming days, really. That's my intention. And then now I'm going to share the books that I bought during the month of April that I can finally say that I will return. Okay, these books will be read very soon. First one I'll mention Jennifer Ashley's The Madness of Lord Ian McKenzie. This is technically in a series, but this is the one I was most drawn to because I had heard a lot of good things about it. Um, so, uh, Ian McKenzie, I believe he has a type of condition that he was kind of ostracized in a way. But yes, this is a love between him and Beth. So yes, um, that's all I can really remember about this one. All I know is I heard good things and I wanted to hop on the train. So that's that. The next one, eBay buy. I got another Eloisa James book. She is the first historical romance author I've read. And I got Kiss Me, Annabelle. There's this gorgeous step back. And I, again, hardly remember what this one was about. Obviously, the female lead is Annabelle. But this is about her love story to a Scottish Earl. And does not mention his name on the back, but you know, is what it is. Cute book. I got it for lower than retail price on eBay, so what can you do? You know, tempted. The next one, Beverly Jenkins, Something Like Love. This is a historical romance of hers, and the leading lady, Olivia Sterling, she is from Chicago, but she decides to head west, and then she wants to set up her own shop in an all-black town in Kansas, but then she's robbed by Neil July and his band of outlaws. Then Neil is later enchanted by Olivia, and he has to decide whether to tame himself to be with her or continue on his way and not be with her. So obviously they end up together. I mean, it's a historical romance. Inherently, they're gonna have a happy ending, but you know, it's going to be enjoyable. I already know because Beverly Jenkins, after reading Forbidden and her Destiny trilogy, I'm already repping her. I'm like, you don't even have to ask. And more Beverly Jenkins. I got Breathless. This is the second book in her Out West series, Old West series. So there's Forbidden, which is the first book, followed by Breathless, and then the third book is Tempest. And I believe technically Wild Rain is part of that series. Years later, can't be 100% sure, but I'm the three originals are Old West, which is about a couple who the male lead is white passing, but they have to figure out how to be together because otherwise he could lose his reputation and he wouldn't be able to do better for the community as much as he would if he's passing as a white man and is able to have the privileges as a white man does in the Old West and whatnot. And then the following two books, Breathless and Tempest, they are about the lead female from Forbidden's nieces, because she ends up adopting her nieces. So yes, the two sequels end up being about her nieces. And then finally, I got another Beverly Jenkins, Rebel. This is the, I believe, the first book of the Women Who Dare series. And Wild Rain is the sequel to this, which I already own. But I didn't get a hold of the first one yet. So this, I finally got it. But yeah, so these were my buys for the month of April. Oh, including Eloisa. So yeah, these 5 were the purchases for the month of April. And then the reads, just these 2 measly 2 books. But you know what? A little bit is better than none. So definitely plan on doing better in the month of May. I will be graduating this month. I will be going on a mini vacay, you know, social distancing, safety. We're still in a pandemic. But yes, we're in for it. The next month is going to be something. Yeah, it's just going to be something. But yes, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a comment down below about any recommendations that you have. Again, romance is still it's just a need, okay? I'm even doing a project about romances, but that I may decide to share. I'm not sure if I'm going to share, but maybe, just maybe I'll share since I've already told you a snippet about the concepts. But I can go further into that in coming weeks because, again, it is a project I'm doing now for my final semester, and it wouldn't hurt to share some of the work that I've been doing because I have yet to do that. And you know, romance serves as an excellent inspiration for art. So yeah, thank you for watching, and everyone take care. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy, all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon. Bye.